Hey everyone! Welcome back to another video on the Demonless channel. Today's episode will cover notable community events that occurred during the month of September 2020. In this video, we'll be talking about the first player to ever complete the entire main list movements and placements, and upcoming and released levels. This month's level review will be done by Skrypto. Now I'll pass it off to Nimbus for the main story.
Let's go way back in time. Almost 3 years ago, the list team had realized the demon list, which only consisted of the top 50 hardest levels back then, was expanding at a rapid rate. The famous RGB trilogy reigned supreme, and Cataclysm was just 2 placements away from falling off the list. As such, on October 22nd, 2017, they decided to expand the list to 100 levels, dividing it up into 2 separate parts with 50 levels each, the main list and the extended list. Even though the playing community was definitely improving with time, as well as obtaining better hardware, new extremes were getting harder and harder as well. Completing the entire top 10 was already considered a significant achievement, let alone the entire main list. When the change was implemented, Sonix, the top player on the stats viewer at the time, had 45 out of the 50 levels beaten, but never quite reached the ultimate milestone. For a while, nobody else got close, and with the main list extended to 75 levels, and difficulty continuously increasing, the concept of beating the entire main list got less and less practical each day. On January 2nd, 2017, an American player by the name of NSWISH uploaded his first list demon completion, Cataclysm. By September of that year, he had the entire trilogy done. While this is a typical route for rising players, NSWISH went on to shock the playing community with a jump to Sonic Wave, the #1 demon at the time, within 4 months of beating the trilogy. Although he would use the FPS bypass for many of his early completions, NSWISH continued to work through the top 100, with notable completions in 2018 including Zapkiel, Glowy, and Breakout Redux. He also became the first victor of Auditory Breaker in January 2019, not even 24 hours after the level was uploaded to the servers. Things were certainly looking bright for this growing player, even though insanely difficult levels such as Zodiac, Crimson Planet, and Bloodlust topped the list. NSWISH rocketed up the stats viewer through 2019, with the entire top 25 completed by the end of the year. 2020 didn't stop him though. He started the year strong by completing Calculator Core and rebeating several of his hardest completions that he originally bypassed, before it was unbanned in late May. Although we don't have an exact date, NSWISH surpassed Technical for the top position in the stats viewer sometime in early April, and he remains there by quite a large margin to this day. With his completion of Tartarus and verification of the Golden, NSWISH gained a huge advantage towards having the entire upper half of the list done. On June 29th, when Wasureta was placed, NSWISH had completed the entire top 50, and the rest of the main list was well within his reach. Working through the last remaining levels, in the top 75, NSWISH finally achieved the impossible after beating Fabrication on September 9th. For the first time in the history of the demon list, a single player had completed the entirety of the main list. We congratulate NSWISH for this massive achievement. With new levels getting placed, it may not be the case anymore, but the legacy of this accomplishment will hold for years to come. Best of luck to NSWISH on his future endeavors.
Dorami has announced that he will be hosting a creator contest for the Yangear, the highly anticipated sequel to his fast-paced Extreme Demon Mega Collab known as the Yandir. This contest requires its participants to decorate Spectex's 8-second long gameplay for a cash prize, as well as having their decoration featured in the level. This contest has really inspired the creating community, with tons of different types of creators attempting to get their decoration in the level. If this seems like something you'd be interested in, you can check out Dorami's video on his channel for more specific rules and information. After over 4 years, Molesey has made the decision to take a step back from the game and community as a whole. Aside from being the first victor of the #1 demon Tartarus, he held an incredibly long streak of legacy demons, going over a year without missing one. Sadly, his streak ended earlier this month, and after explaining his disinterest in the game, he announced that he would be taking a step back from both the game and the community once and for all. On top of Molesey's departure, Gizbro has also made the saddening decision to leave his pastime of Geometry Dash behind. Gizbro has also been in the community for over 4 years, and after becoming one of the game's most skilled players, he decided that his time has come. In a community post, he stated that although he still has interest in creating layouts from time to time, his desire to push himself and beat harder levels is gone. We'll miss him, and we wish Gizbro the best of luck in whatever he decides to pursue next. Though we've had to say our goodbyes to Molzy and Gizbro, it's now time to welcome the former top Geometry Dash player and current top Brawlhalla player Sandstorm back into the community. After being an early victor of Cataclysm and the Hell Factory, Sandstorm quickly rose to popularity and became one of the most skilled players of the 2.0 and early 2.1 era. Sandstorm has also shown that none of his skill has worn off, even after leaving the community, and ended up beating the Yandir in under 7,000 attempts. With this beast of a level done, he plans to take on Zodiac next, so please wish this community veteran some luck. The Geometry Dash Pro League is the leading Geometry Dash esports organisation, making an effort to host competitive events such as the GD World Cup and the King of the Hill tournament. Originally under the name of Geometry Dash World Cup, they rebranded themselves into a much larger and dedicated project. If you're interested in seeing competitive gameplay and races, we recommend checking them out. This month, Viprin revealed on Twitter what his plans for the 2020 awards as well as some other future events will be. Every December, he will be organising a contest in celebration of the past year, where anyone will be able to submit their votes for various different categories. These categories include Best Content Creator, Best Art Creator, Best Themed Level, and many more. Aside from community votes, a committee decided by Viprin will be put together to judge these nominees and decide which creators and levels are worthy of these titles. If you're interested in contributing to this contest, you can vote on the Google form in Viprin's tweet.
Knight Rider, the cyberpunk-themed mega collab hosted by Nimbus, has finally seen some new progress this month. 3 new parts were previewed by Goose, Fair to Funky, and Destasy. These stunning parts follow the cyberpunk theme of the level very well, and Knight Rider seems to be shaping up to be quite a masterpiece. It has been in the works for 2 years now, and we hope to see more about it soon as it comes closer to being complete. Fragile, the extended Koareta remake, has seen a change in verifiers this month. Early in September, Orizu announced that they would be picking up the level after Gizbro dropped it. Orizu has made some quick progress and has achieved 87% on the level, along with a 26 to 100 run, so we should be seeing this monster of a level out soon. This month, an old level named Downbase Incarnation has been revived. Downbase Incarnation is an extended and mega buffed remake of the old 9 Circles level Downbase, much comparable to Bloodlust or Kinos. The level itself is quite old, but was never finished as progress was completely halted. The lack of progress killed off the level until this month when WespDX previewed his renewed version of the level. The preview showcased a complete rework to the gameplay, but no new decoration yet. The level is estimated to be top 5 difficulty, so keep an eye out for updates on this upcoming Extreme Demon. After Downbase Incarnation and Knight Rider, another revival is in progress. A few years back, the Korean creating team called Team In2 previewed what would be their 4th level. The level would be called Master Spark and had a green color scheme. Unfortunately, as activity from Team In2 ceased, Master Spark would not be finished. Recently, however, the level has seen a revival. This month, Rob Buck released a video showing his part in Master Spark, as well as announcing that he is now part of Team In2. It's nice to see creators completing this level's legacy, so we're excited to see it wrapped up.
Starting off, we have the long-anticipated Extreme Demon Cold Sweat by Para, Sminx, and Woolsey. Cold Sweat is a very unique level, straying away from the norms of Extreme Demons and prioritizing originality. The level is full of unconventional gameplay and decoration, along with a song that is not on Newgrounds. Each part is decorated with a trippy effect, and the consistent color choices throughout the level all contribute to the overarching atmosphere. The 2 most notable parts are the mini UFO part and the wave part, each lasting around 20 seconds each. These iconic sections are flashy and fast-paced, requiring a very high clicks per second to pass, yet also requiring controlled timings. Cold Sweat was verified by Kappa Nappy in roughly 25,000 attempts over the course of around 4 months. It got rated very quickly and was placed at number 7 on the demon list, knocking Bloodlust, the former number 1 demon, out of the top 10. 4 talented players have already managed to beat this level, so if your hand can withstand it, this level is absolutely worth a go. Next up, we have Molten Mercury by Is Hybrid and others, the sequel to Tempered Steel, a remake of an old Impossible level hosted by the same creator. This is another level verified by Kappa Nappy, who is fresh off of Cold Sweat. Unlike Cold Sweat, however, it took under 2,000 attempts and was beaten in 2 days of playing. The level rocks an orange, gray, and black color palette with some white highlights spread throughout the level as well. It features noteworthy creators such as ZipXbox, EOTS, Bismuth, and ViroDL, and its theme is like a combination of Tempered Steel and Molten Gear. Kappa Nappy enjoyed this level quite a bit, so if it strikes your fancy then it's definitely worth a shot. The third installment of the series, which doesn't have a name yet, has already had its layout revealed on YouTube, so with Molten Mercury out of the way, and rated, we already have something else to look forward to. Nimbus' hyped level Serpent's Wrath has finally been released after a waiting period of at least 3 years. It is a completely reimagined version of the first level uploaded on Nimbus' account, Serpent's Shrine. This level is too complex and deep to cover completely in one small section, but here are the highlights. The actual difficulty of the level is only Medium Demon. Now ordinarily the list team wouldn't be covering a Medium Demon. However, Serpent's Wrath has a very unique coin at the start of the level that buffs the entire thing to a list-worthy demon. Very few people have attempted to collect this coin, and a few opinions on its true difficulty are available. The most viable opinion comes from the skilled player Luigi DB, the 2-time verifier of Shock Therapy. Over 6,000 attempts in, he feels that this coin, named Beast Slayer route, is around the same difficulty, which is around the 100th spot on the demon list. However, Luigi urges players to take this opinion with a grain of salt due to the heavily RNG-based nature of the second half. If list demons aren't your speed, Serpent's Wrath also offers a Puzzle Master route and a Treasure Hunter route, involving other coins. We couldn't spend an entire video talking about the intricacy of this level, so instead we'll encourage players to take the time to check out this impressive masterpiece out for themselves. Spectex's long-awaited mega collab, Shockbreaker, has finally been released after having the full layout originally showcased over a year ago. The goal of this level is to be one of the most enjoyable extreme demons ever created, and to do this, Spectex gathered a team of high-quality gameplay creators, helping to make each part perform well when played, as well as making the level more synchronized. Additionally, there are some big names in the design industry who decorated this project. The verifier, Technical, is unsure exactly what the level will place on the list since he's been playing various versions of it for a year. But after verifying in just under 8,500 attempts, with about 7,000 attempts coming from playtesting and bouncing, he predicts that it will place somewhere near the bottom of the main list. The level has already been rated, so we recommend trying your hand at it. Universal Fragility by Demon Dasher is an Extreme Demon remake of Team Smokeweed's well-known level, Galactic Fragility. Each part features some sort of motif that differs from the part before, all made in Demon Dasher's own decoration style. The level loosely pulls from the original, such as with the checkered background around halfway through the level, all with vaguely glitchy theme thrown on top to mix it up. It was verified by veteran player Diamond Splash in just over 8,400 attempts, and he predicts it to place somewhere on the lower half of the main list. The level is unrated as of now, but if modern remakes of popular levels from the past are up your alley, consider giving this a look. It's an original and clean looking extreme demon, so hopefully we see it gets the shiny rate it deserves. Carcano is a Cognition inspired extreme demon by Thompson and Azeth, who is the creator of the former list demon Alcatraz. The level serves as a more accessible Cognition, containing lots of tight corridors and timings. The decoration strays away from end-level style and embraces the style of two creators with a much more glow-heavy style. Yet again, this level was verified by the one and only Kappa Nappy, who's been tearing through his verification list after freeing himself in Cold Sweat. The total attempt count was about 4,500, and the level already has a lot of victors. It was rated only a few days after release, and currently sits at spot number 64 on the demon list. While Cognition can't be beaten by everyone, Carcano is a very nice substitute if you don't think you're ready for it yet. Here we have another high-quality addition to the game, Auroral Darkness by Virus. Virus is the creator of the popular unrated demons Athanasia and Angelic Blood, as well as the legacy demon Artificial Grim. Auroral Darkness is just short of a minute and a half in length, and each part is done by Virus's pristine, glow-based design style. Due to the exams and personal circumstances, this is Virus's first full level in over 2 years, and was verified by a rather unknown player named Benedict. Verified in a little bit over 15,000 attempts, it is sadly yet to be rated. If you love Glow, Creo, or Virus's previous levels, Auroral Darkness could be just what you're looking for. Last but not least, we have an update to Temp's breathtaking solo, Spectrum Cyclone, which has been out and rated since the beginning of 2020. The update was re-verified by Temp himself in barely over 4,000 attempts, and is nerfed and buffed in certain spots to make the level more balanced and enjoyable. Other changes made were object movement changes, a gameplay rework from a UFO to a ship at 80%, and fixed transitions. Spectrum Cyclone is regarded as a very high quality solo level, so hopefully this update makes it more accessible so players can enjoy the great qualities it has to offer.
This month, there have been a few changes and additions to the members of the Demonless team. We had 5 new additions to the team, those being the Zink YT, Big Thunder 556, more commonly known as Thunder BT, Tato, Blitzer, and Harry S, who all joined as helpers. Additionally, Arsteel was promoted to moderator at the beginning of the month, and zMarc was promoted to head moderator a bit later into the month. Congratulations to all the list team members that received new positions on the team this month.
There were some very interesting changes to the list this month. A multitude of new levels were added, and many other levels were moved around as well. Let's get right into it. The first level placed this month was 10th Circle, a very unique 9 circles level by Dennypol. It was verified by Dorami back in early July, but was only rated recently. It was placed at number 87 above Surge of the Shield and below Furious Flames, before dropping to number 89. Next up, Disentomb by Jakob Nugget and More, the sequel to his first mega collab on Earth, was placed. It was verified by our very own Golden in August and rated shortly after. It was placed at number 110 above Mad Mansion and below Fabricated Thoughts, which was ironically a level that Jakob Nugget verified. Disentomb has since dropped to number 112. Perhaps the most interesting placement this entire month was the newest addition to the top 10, Cold Sweat by Para, Sminx, and Woolsey. This one-of-a-kind spam and timing-filled effect level was verified by Copynappy and rated very soon afterward. It was placed at number 7 on the list, pushing Bloodlust out of the top 10, which is surely a crazy thing to see. This placement also pushed Bausch of Vortex to the extended list, and Abazar Phantasm to the legacy list. Another level placed this month was Chromatic Haze by Surtrax and Gizbro, the sequel to Prismatic Haze. The level was verified by Gizbro, who also made all of the gameplay. This was placed at number 74, above Wraith Demon and below Zero Kabi. It pushed Void Wave to the extended list and another Team N2 level to the legacy list, that being Artificial Ideology. Years after their peak, Team N2 finally ceased their historic trilogy, pushed off the list entirely. And the final level placed this month was actually another Copynappy verification. Carcano is a cognition-inspired level made by Aswith and Thompson. It was placed at number 64, above Fabrication and below Artificial Ascent. This placement pushed Wraith Demon to the extended list and Artificial Ideology to the legacy list once again. Now for some placement changes. To kick it off, Base Cave was raised from 97 to 91, above Singularity and below Astral Divinity. Later that day, Idols was raised from 140 to 137, above Conical Depression and below Down Base. A few days after that, Electrolux was raised from 135 to 133, above Under Lava Lane and below Bloodbath. A couple days more saw Infernal Abyss drop from 96 to 100, above Athanatos and below Glitch Memories. Due to an influx of new opinions this month, and much to the community's surprise, Tartarus was swapped with the Golden, with Tartarus reigning supreme once again as the number 1 demon. It's crazy to think this level was once thought of as humanly impossible, and it's even crazier to think that there was once a level considered harder than it. Congrats to Tartarus on regaining its title as king once again. Moving on, Calculator Core and Bloodlust were swapped, with Calculator Core sitting above at 9. This pushed the world-renowned Bloodlust to the last spot in the top 10, but it didn't stay there for long. Anyways, a level got moved onto the legacy list this month. That level was Annihilation Nation, which dropped there from 148. This change pushed Artificial Ideology back onto the extended list, which made it the only Team N2 level on the list for a bit. However, it was pushed back off by Carcano. Another interesting movement this month was Ragnarok, rising from 15 to 13, above Deimos and below Lucid Nightmares. Rage was also raised from 41 to 38, above Erebus and below WoW. And missing benefits were swapped, with B times 20 sitting above at number 66. Glitch Memories was raised from 107 to 102, above Infernal Abyss and below Speedrun. As if Bloodlust hadn't already been taking enough hits this month, it and Lucid Nightmares were swapped, with Lucid Nightmares sitting above at number 11. Sorry Bloodlust, maybe you're the one that should prepare to die. Moving on, Just Dance was moved from 149 to 142, above Conical Depression and below Idols. Additionally, Delta Interface was raised from 61 to 58, above Factory Realm X and below Killbot.
These past months we've seen many people complete the Golden, those being Krazen, Karumi, and Minecrafted. Congratulations to them on completing the second hardest demon. 3 people beat Cognition this month, those being Big Mac, DBZ Cookie, and X99 who made a jump from Belengu Vortex. Good job to them on their new hardest demons. And 2 more people beat Crimson Planet this month, those being Simi and RG. When he beat it, RG achieved the world record of 17,000 attempts, and Simi beat it not too long after with 14,000 attempts. GG's to them on their quick work. Crazen has really been going for it this month, with Necromancer, Rage, Macabre, Altered Ascent, Spectrum Cyclone, Deimos, The Golden, and most impressively, a fluke from 55 on Lucid Nightmares. He plans to beat the entire top 150, and at this rate he's going at, it could definitely happen in the upcoming years. And finally, on the mobile side of things, Zeth is the first person to beat Subsonic on mobile. While this has been attempted before, with Stiletto making it to the 80s, Zeth managed to pull it off, and it was placed at number 7 on the mobile demons list. Well done to Zeth. It's clear the mobile community still has a ton of fire in them.
Welcome to Not Legit Level Review by the one and only Skrypto. That's me. We've looked at the cold level that was verified recently, but let's turn our attention to the hot level released this month. Molten Mercury by It's Hybrid and More is a level based around the theme Blast Furnace. I was explicitly told that it isn't the Minecraft one, but I like to think it is. This can be seen throughout the entire level, with almost all of the parts having the same color scheme of gray, orange, and black. Before we talk about how awesome the deco is, let's talk about the gameplay. This is my strong suit after all. The layout for Molten Mercury was made by It's Hybrid and Odyssey. Personally, after playing through the level many times, I find this level to be really enjoyable. The gameplay is fun to play, and it's decently balanced. It's also fairly easy to sight read, which adds to how fun it is. In my humble opinion, how fun a level is one of the most important aspects, along with good decoration, which this level definitely has both. The decoration, made by a talented list of creators, is outstanding to say the least. Every part did a good job sticking to the theme, which contributed heavily to the level's consistent quality. My favorite part is either Blaster Robot's part or Kuluk's part. The attention to detail, especially in Kuluk's part, is insane. Overall, the level has really well synced and enjoyable gameplay. The decorators did a good job with the theme, and I can tell clearly what they were going for with this level. So with that in mind, I give Molten Mercury a solid 9 out of 10. I love everything about this level, but alas, nothing is perfect. I really hope this gets featured soon, because it definitely is deserving of it, even if it's hosted by It's Hybrid GMD.
Our September list demon of the month was Disentombed by Jakob Nugget and More. Congratulations to Luigi DB for being the sad, depressing sole victor of Disentombed this month.
This month, Chromatic Haze was chosen for the list demon of the month. Chromatic Haze is the sequel to Prismatic Haze. Both levels were made by Surtrax and Gizbro, with Surtrax making the awesome deco and Gizbro making the gameplay, which is considered enjoyable by many. The first 3 victors of Chromatic Haze this month will be specially mentioned in next month's highlights. Good luck to everybody who is going to give this challenge a go.
This month, we're giving a shout out to the wonderful mobile player Zeth. He has countless mobile achievements, such as being the first mobile victor of Artifice, Reverence, and Subsonic, which he prevailed through after 11 deaths at the last section and over 45,000 attempts. We wish him luck for his future endeavors, and we hope you congratulate him for his incredible achievements.
And that wraps up this month's highlights video. The writers and voicers of this episode were Zink, Nimbus, Tato, Debejor, Loading, Enderlink, Skrypto, zMarc, Harry S, Moosh, Kutsu, and myself. The editors were Kutsu, Enderlink, Doggie, and Zink. We'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching and take care.